I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Amy. Let's discuss!
It's our new podcast, and we're really excited.
Hey.
And also, riding third wheel behind the camera is
my boyfriend Eric.
Eric.
He's very good with technology.
He's helping us because I made him dinner. So
because you made him dinner.
and also
that's the only reason why.
Because I don't know why else he would help. So okay, so we thought we would start out every episode with a little check-in.
A little daily check-in. Yeah.
Wait, what was your idea for you wanted to do?
So my idea is that we could do instead of like a check-in well, I guess it is verbal too. But instead of like describing it, we can just like describe it in one like
vocalization.
Yeah, one vocalization.
One vocalization.
Like a
Wait,
like,
are we gonna
a,
go 1, 2, 3 and both do it at the same time?
That was my idea.
Okay. So this is our vocalization check-in of the recap of the week so far, and or maybe of just of the day.
Yeah.
Okay. You ready?
1, 2, 3.
Go.
Mine's like a go.
Go. I like that. I like the go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my general feeling of. We should just say it's like January 25th, 26th.
Yeah.
2026, and that's generally how I'm feeling.
I think that's how a lot of people feel right now.
I think a lot of people are feeling. What was yours? Go. That's a good one. It's a little more exasperated than mine.
Yeah.
And then we also each episode we
love snacks.
Well, we especially love Trader Joe's.
Mm-hmm.
We're a little obsessed with Trader Joe's. And I think that's kind of our most convenient grocery store now where we live.
That and Vaughn's.
So, but we've been shopping a lot at Trader Joe's. So we wanted to feature a Trader Joe's thing every week, every episode.
And so, reveal.
We did the 4 ingredient Trader Joe's biscuit chicken pot pie. We've had it before. Wait, that's your camera. That's my camera.
What?
Aubrey.
We are professional actors.
Wait, so camera. Wait, I'm supposed to be looking at this one?
Diagonally.
Oh, I've been looking at this one the whole time.
Yeah.
I have been too.
Remember that time you were wrong?
Wait, we'll tell that story in a second.
Okay, we'll tell that story in a second.
But
okay.
wait, our Trader Joe's back to. We're not even high. Can you believe it?
Bro.
This is what we're eating, and it's literally the biscuits in a tube.
Yeah.
The cheddar broccoli soup at
and then,
Trader Joe's.
like what is it called?
Mirepoix.
Which if you don't know what that is, it's just the
Celery,
carrots,
onions,
and we just brown it.
You brown it,
and
you put a little seasoning if you want. You put it. Oh, and then the pre-made chicken, the pre-cooked chicken from Trader Joe's. Mm-hmm. So you do the veggies. You brown the veggies. You put in the soup. You put in the chicken. You heat it up a little more. Then you put the 5 biscuits.
You just plop them on top of the soup.
And then you bake it at
veggies.
350 for like 16 to 18 minutes.
So good.
And we haven't even taken
and
a bite yet. And we're just.
Me and my boyfriend, he does family dinner every single week at his house. And we decided, we're like, should we make this for family dinner? Everybody loved it. And we fed, how many people do you think we fed there?
Like 12, 13.
Yeah, we fed like 12 or 13 people.
Eric's showing it off camera if you hear him eating.
I know, he got a bigger bowl of it than me. Okay, I haven't dug in yet. So.
It's so good. You guys, highly recommend this. It's like a really easy meal. It's so you can make it in like just minutes. We sound like a commercial.
Oh, man.
Make it in minutes. I'm a busy single mom. I don't have time to cook big meals.
You guys know that I don't know whose song it is and I can't like sing because of copyright here, but like a single mom who I'm gonna just sing it really tone deaf, so maybe then it doesn't count. A single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops. You know what song I'm talking about? Yeah.
It's the song of my life, except for I don't have 2 kids. Well, Ruby, our dog's over there.
She's looking at us with our food and gloating.
So good. Wait, what story we were just saying we were gonna tell? Oh, remember that time you were wrong?
Oh.
When Aubrey was, how old are you? Do you think when that happened?
Like 8.
Yeah. Wait, I don't even remember what. Oh no, it's when you were 5.
Oh, I was
Sassy
that young.
little thing.
Sassy little thing.
It's when the movie for Life of Pi came out. You know, it was a book first, and then the movie came out, and she was 5 years old when it came out. Because I remember, because that's when Uncle Eric lived with us. Mm-hmm. Rest in peace. She kept seeing the commercials for Life of Pi, and she saw the animals in the commercials, and she really wanted to see it. She's like, "Ooh,
I'm a big animal person.
We're huge animal lovers." And I said, "No, honey, that movie's it's a PG-13. It's a little too intense for a 5-year-old." because the boy is in peril during the whole thing. His family dies. Spoiler. So anyway, he kept telling her no, and she was like, please, mommy, please. She kept begging and begging and begging. And I finally said, okay, here's the deal. Like, I was okay with her watching stuff that was a little older because she was already acting at that point. So she knew things in TV and film were fake. She knew it was all pretend. She knew, like, people weren't really dying and animals weren't really getting hurt. But it's still intense, right? And I was like, okay, I will take you to this movie. She would not let it go. And I'm going to watch you during the movie. And if at any time I see you getting scared, we're going to leave the movie and you cannot complain that I pulled you out of the movie. Is that a deal? She's like, deal. So we went and she watched the movie very intently, looking at the screen the whole time. And I kept looking over and she was watching. And then the end credits started to roll. And I was like, okay, well, how did you like it? And she was like, I loved it! Like a resounding
And you know
yes.
what?
She loved it.
That still holds up to this day because I saw the stage performance version, the Broadway tour. I loved it. It was incredible.
It was really cool. So she was asking me after the movie, she's like, Mommy, how come you thought I wouldn't like that movie? Or why did you think it would be too scary for me? I said, because you're only 5, honey, and I didn't want you to be traumatized by it. I said, but you know what? Adults aren't always right, honey. Sometimes we're wrong. And I'm really glad you liked it.
And in that moment, she knew she fucked up.
Aubrey was like, ding, cut
ding,
to.
ding, ding.
Every
Light bulb, bruh.
Every day for like the next 2 weeks, she'd be like, just casually in the middle of dinner, like, hey, Mommy, remember that time you were wrong? I'm like, yes, Aubrey, I remember that
clocker.
one time.
That one time you were wrong.
Yeah.
No, and now every time she like messes, like fucks something up now.
Remember that time you were wrong? You know what? Being a parent is just like full of being wrong.
Yeah, and
You
I
just
mean,
gotta fake it till you make it. And look how great she turned out. She's a pirate.
sometimes I forget you're a stand-up comedian.
What?
I forget that you did like improv for years and you were a stand-up comedian.
Is it weird having a comedian for a parent?
No.
You're like, I don't know.
What else would I know though? You know what I mean?
I mean, my parents weren't funny at all, so I can't imagine having a funny.
Ooh, Harold's watching this at home, like. Nah.
He doesn't have the technology
I'm
to
joking,
watch a
I'm
podcast.
joking. I'm just
My
saying.
90-year-old dad.
He's a sweetheart. We love him.
My mom was funny, but she wasn't funny to me. Other people found her to be hilarious.
Okay, that's.
Oh, Jan.
Also, what drinks are we drinking?
Rest in peace. Oh, I'm having a delicious Spindrift grapefruit.
We're both having pink
drinks, but different
Pinkity
flavors.
drinkities.
Eric's like, that's your camera.
I know.
not
He's
that
literally eating his bowl of freaking pot
one. He
pie,
already went
like,
in for seconds. Okay.
I have
you're
pink
eating
lemonade.
first. Today we wanted to talk a little bit about travel because we love to travel.
We have traveled outside of the country and within the country together quite a bit.
A lot. Do you know that I've been to all 50 states?
I think you have told that to me before, which is crazy. I haven't.
It's crazy to me too. I mean, a lot of states, I like just went in, did a show, and then left the next morning, so I didn't really get to see much. But that was mostly states where there's not much to see. So,
Real.
no offense, but you know, it was like, okay, there's Kansas. Bye.
There's Kansas.
Oh, now the Kansas people are gonna come after me. Look.
Ooh, tomato, tomato.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Tomato.
It's like like somebody's like throwing tomatoes at you on stage.
That's what I figured. That's cute. I like that one.
You like that one? That one's kind of old.
Usually it is. How am I never
like-
heard tomato?
I'm looking at my boyfriend like, you've heard this, right? No, he hasn't.
What?
Anyways.
Aubrey, did you just make that shit up? What is
No,
this?
I promise it's a thing. I'll look it up later. I'll back up my quote with sources.
Like, how old do you think it is? Were people saying it when you were in
I
like
think
8th
was it a
grade or
Nicki
something?
Minaj? Bruh, I don't even want to say her name. But like, is this a Nicki Minaj thing?
Oh boy, we have to talk about her.
Bruh, I guess now you know how we feel about Nicki Minaj. I don't
Not
know.
really. Just so we don't talk about
She
it.
has many bangers though. But
Yeah.
oh, and I can't sing any. I forgot. You know what? That was 2 notes. I was gonna start singing what's that one song? Like this one is for the boys with the boom. Is this the Oh yeah, super bass. But I think it was the Nicki Minaj quote. I'm pretty sure. But well, I'm glad you like the tomato quote.
Tomato.
Ooh, tomato.
Sure
Maybe I
wasn't
did make that.
tomato.
No, I promise.
Okay.
Are you sure it wasn't tomato? Anyways.
You know that saying, right?
Yeah.
You
Tomato,
say tomato, I
tomato.
say tomato.
Yeah. Yeah, like same thing.
Sometimes they're like generational things. Like, are there like? No, I'm trying to think of examples and I can't think of any. There, like just today, I was saying we were talking about chicken and stuff, and I said, "Ooh, it's like shake and bake," and then I was like, "Okay, Eric and Aubrey have no idea what shake and bake is. Those of you who are probably older than like mid-30s or something probably know what shake and bake is, unless you had a parent who actually cooked you really good meals, which I did not. We had a lot of shake and bake.
So explain to me, what is shake and bake?
We should make shake and bake and eat it on one of the episodes.
Ooh, I'm down.
If they even sell it, they still make shake and bake? Someone tell us. We'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
But it's like a box of seasoning to cook chicken. And you just buy the seasoning, you put it in a plastic bag, and then you put your pieces of raw chicken in it, like drumsticks and thighs or whatever. And you shake it so it's all covered with the seasoning.
It's like
with
a
the
churro.
shake and bake. Then you put it on a tray or baking pan, and then you bake it in the oven, and it gets all like bubbly and crispy and crunchy, and it's super seasony, and it's kind of just like a somewhat like poor person's fried chicken situation. And I loved it as a kid. I'm not gonna lie, it's still probably pretty good. There were a lot of gross foods I loved as a kid. What's like the gross? Well, you're still almost kind of a kid, but what's like? Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't feed you horrible food though.
No,
Was there anything like really crazy that I fed you that you're like, man, it was gross, but I loved it?
With that was nothing was gross with you.
Okay.
You did raise me with eating a lot of cottage cheese. A lot of people in my generation are like, "That's booty." Like cottage cheese is so rank. Like
No, people of all generations.
I think that's like
hate
a
cottage
yeah.
cheese.
That's just an
It's
everyone thing. That's not like a my generation thing.
It's a texture
like,
thing
Yeah,
for a lot of people.
and I get that, but it's packed with so much protein and it's yummy. I think people just have to look. I like the texture.
I like it too.
Am I a freak for saying that?
Well,
I like the cottage cheese texture, but what?
People are like, ew, you eat cottage cheese.
But you know what I
Can't
do in
sit
the
with
mornings? Here's a gross combo that I like to eat now. Well, here's
Now I want
I'll
to
do-
know. Oh wait.
No, you know this combo. I'll do two combos
Okay.
because they contain the same ingredient. Like, and there's only like 2 ingredients in both of them. I'd take a slab of toast when I was younger, and I'd just put mayo on it and eat it. Like,
Which is really not that weird. I mean,
but no, but people who are like mayo haters, they're like,
people hate
"Ew,"
mayonnaise.
Like, can't believe you do that. And
Lots
then,
of people hate white creamy things. I think because they just think of jizz and like there's just jizz haters.
white creamy things.
No, a lot of people are like,
Jizz
ew, I
haters?
hate cream cheese or I hate sour cream and I hate mayonnaise.
Do you think it's just because it makes them think of jizz?
Eric is dying
Bro,
right
my
now. I
boyfriend
just
is
said the word
dying
jizz
over
in
here.
front of your boyfriend and he's dying.
He's laughing like
as
a
if
12.
he doesn't know what jizz.
Like he's laughing like a 7th grader, bro. Like,
Are you not supposed to hear moms say the word jizz? I'm sorry. I forget sometimes that I'm like the age of his mom. So like I'm like, oh yeah.
Bruh.
Like you're like my other child.
Anyways,
no,
my
that'd be
other-
creepy because then you'd be brother and sister. You're not like my child.
damn, whoa.
This is getting weirder.
Just owning
I'm sorry.
Eric. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, and then my second thing of toast that I do. This is the one that I do now. I'll put Whoa, I can speak today. I do toast, and then I put cottage cheese on top, and then I put the everything bagel seasoning from Trader Joe's.
Good.
Like from Trader Joe's on top, and then I eat it.
It's
Or
not that
sometimes I'll just
different
have
than
it plain.
It's not that different than doing cream cheese.
I guess.
You know, it's like a dairy
But
product
people
that's cheesy-ish.
People like cream cheese a lot better
Well,
than
yeah.
cottage cheese, though, you know?
People just freak out about cottage cheese because of the lumpiness.
chunks.
The chunky lumpiness. They probably also hate tapioca pudding, and I love tapioca pudding.
Oh, I love all sorts of pudding.
Oh my God, I
Pistachio
love
pudding.
pudding.
Mm-hmm. Anyways,
Okay.
back to our topic. Travel.
We're both pretty sure we have ADHD, so watch out. This podcast will go off the rails
It will.
many times.
Wait, how did we get?
Should
How
we? Oh,
How did we get led so astray from the
should we
topic,
tell
bro?
our Limb World story?
Sure.
Yeah, we went
This was
to
like my
Thailand
sophomore
2
year of
years
high
ago.
school.
Was that sophomore year?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I had just
God.
cut my hair in like this short red bob, and we decided like, oh, for Christmas break,
And
let's
was
go to
that long
Thailand.
ago? Was
Yeah.
it two holidays ago? 3 holidays ago.
3.
Time
3.
flies, people. Tempus fugit. Okay. Anyway, we went to Thailand a few years ago.
For Christmas and New Year's.
And it was over the
Which
holidays.
is funny because it's not even really like, they don't celebrate Christmas as much as the United States. So it just felt literally Christmas Day. I woke up at 5 in the morning and fell asleep probably by 10 or 11. I did nothing the whole day and maybe ordered room service. It was a very chill trip.
It was
no
not
partying, no
Christmassy at all.
Yeah.
Well, no partying. Yeah, you were too young. We are theme park aficionados. We love rides. We love theme parks. We when we go to another country, if there's a theme park nearby, we love to check it out. Like we went to Disneyland Paris. There is a theme park outside of Bangkok called Dream World. And it's like a 45-minute cab ride. So we're like, let's do it. Most people in Thailand do not speak English, or at least do not speak English well enough. And we speak, to have a like normal conversation, we don't speak any Thai. We knew like, hello, thank you, that's it.
We only speak English. Well, we speak a little bit of Spanish, but
I
not.
speak some Spanish, French, and German, but like barely conversational. So, and guess what? Spanish, French, and German doesn't help you in Thailand.
In Thailand, yeah.
So, we got a taxi, just like a regular taxi driver, and he was like a middle-aged man. He seemed very nice, but he spoke zero English at all. And so I showed him on my phone. I said, Dream World? Dream was like, okay. So he starts driving, and I pull up Google Maps because I want to make sure we're not getting driven all over Bangkok, like for extra money. So at one point, we did veer off like a weird way, and we took this weird exit, and we were driving by this mall, and I was like, oh my God, like, where are we going? I'm like, and he was talking on the phone to somebody the whole time. And I kept hearing him talking. He's like, blah, 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 dim world, blah, 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 dim world.
And like when we were trying to say like, where we want to go, we're like, Dream World? Like, and he's like, Lim World. And we were
Lim World. And then I'm like, okay, Lim World.
I don't know if we've said guys, if we said Lim World enough on this podcast. Okay, anyways. So
I heard it.
we were like,
he
we
was
don't know what
on
he's
the
talking
phone.
about, but he kept saying it.
He kept saying it like, oh, Lim World, Lim World, Lim World. And it sounded like he was asking a question, the inflection of his voice. I'm like, is he asking this person on the phone, how do I get to Dream World? Because I feel like he might be getting lost right now, because we were not going the way that Google Map was saying. And I was like, are we going to Dream World? Yes. Do you know how to get to Dream World? I'm trying to be nice to this man, like not be a dick, but he was just like, oh, yeah, Lim World. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm following Google Maps. I'm like, oh, I don't know. This doesn't seem right. I'm like, oh my God, I do not want to get stranded 50 minutes outside of Bangkok. I have no idea what's going to, and I'm like, and then I'm pulling up like an app, and I'm trying to like have him like speak into the phone so that it will translate. I was like mildly panicked. So, and then like I couldn't get.
Sure enough, we showed up at Dream World.
Well, no. What happened was
I actually don't remember. Okay,
I couldn't get Google Translate to download, so I had to download a different one. And then, come on, here comes Melanie.
Yeah.
Oh,
hopefully you can see it in the camera.
She's a supermodel.
She is a supermodel.
She is. And so I finally got this app to download where he could speak Thai into it, and it would translate it to English. And this whole time I'm like, this man is trying to take us for a ride. He's trying to rip us off. He's not taking us to Dream World. He doesn't even know how to get there. That's why he keeps asking the person on the phone, where's Lim World? How do I get to Lim World? And finally, like, it translated. I'm like, what are you saying? And it said, are you going to have a fun time at Dream World? He was just this nice man who was trying to ask us
if we were going to have a good day at the theme park we were going to.
And I just assumed the worst. I'm like, he's trying to drive us around.
Always is the worst.
Always.
Okay. It's kind of, compared to me though, like, I'm the type of, I just like hit the microphone. Anyways, I'm the type of person where if somebody cuts me off on the road or something, sometimes I'll just be like, maybe they're having a bad day, or maybe they have a really valid reason to rush. I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt if I don't know them and they haven't directly done anything crazy to me yet. You know what I mean? If it's just like random people like that. But no, like she assumes the worst, and I think it's because sometimes people are the worst. But you know.
Sometimes, as we've seen recently.
As we've
well,
seen.
I mean, you check in with me when you're 53. Let me know how.
We'll see.
Fresh,
I'll
flowery
become
you
cold
are about
and
I'm bitter and jaded like I have.
Yeah.
After like living in LA too for like 24 years, we'll do that too as well.
I bet.
You've been there 18 years in LA. Although you can't count those baby years.
What do you mean? My baby years of living in LA?
Yeah, because like
no babies.
You don't have anything to be bitter about until you're at least 5, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 4 for you because that's when you started working against your will.
That's a crazy thing to say. No, but I guess it's not against my will. I guess.
Kind of in a way it was.
It's so
okay, we can talk about that.
In a different episode. No. It was, for the sake of people pulling that out of context, it was not.
No, it was not.
It was not.
I did actually have a talk with you and try to be realistic with you about like, do you want to try to be on this show? It's just an audition. You might not make it. It's hard work. Like if you do get the show, like it's a job. Like grown-ups give you instructions and you have to do it over and over and over.
I said I wanted to do it.
She was like, yeah, I want to do it. I'm like, okay. But I didn't really think she'd book it.
I never went out on any auditions besides that, like before that, you know, and a lot of kids do. I didn't even know that. I forgot about the Dream World story of the taxi driving there.
You forgot about that? Then remember we couldn't get a taxi back.
That makes me feel, I remember that fiasco, but
a couple times. And then New Year's Eve too.
Oh man, yeah, New Year's was crazy.
We walked a lot in Thailand.
But wait, we need to talk about Dream World.
Oh my god.
I don't care about the rest of this trip. Let's just talk about Dream World, right? Bro, are they gonna see this video and be like...
No, they'll be like, come back to Dream World. Okay, if you're near Bangkok,
I suggest
really
you go
to Dream World. We had a great time at Dream World.
Honestly, yeah.
It was awesome.
May I have died multiple times?
Possibly.
Maybe.
Not so in safety, it feels like, at Dream World. So
you can walk around if you're afraid of that, though.
Yeah, there's lots to look at.
I decided not to care.
Our dog is going nuts, licking her leg. Can you stop?
I can't even hear from this side.
I just feel like it's going to be like... It'll be like us talking and
up in the mic. Ew! People are going to be in their car listening to this, and they're just going to hear... Okay, enough.
It's like, wow, this mom and daughter are on a podcast. Okay.
Bye.
So...
But...
Okay, Dream World. The thing that was so crazy about it is that it was probably a real state-of-the-art theme park for like 1989 or something. And then they never changed it since or updated it or did any safety checks possibly either. And
I was in line and I was like, has anybody died here? And obviously, yes. I mean, people have died at Disneyland. Of course, they're going to die at Dream World. Yeah.
Well, the thing that was amazing was they... really tried to emulate or copy a lot of Disney stuff directly.
Oh yeah, Space Mountain.
They have a ride. What was it called? It was called like, Intergalactic Hill or something like that. Eric,
the outside, the map looks exactly
like the white spirally building.
Spiral white building
with the roller coaster inside in the dark.
Like obviously a lot smaller.
Yeah, and the roller coaster
in the dark.
A lot more rickety.
Don't put your hand to the side. Or above you even. Don't even put your hands up.
No, well, okay. So how it's like 2 rows of seats.
Keep arms and legs in the vehicle and be serious about
it.
And
like cover your head. Yeah. But,
okay,
so it's the 2 rows of seats, like side by side. And then on each side, they had a person walking down and checking your lap bar.
Yeah.
And they made it on Aubrey's side down to her. And then my person just kind of stopped like 4 or 5 people before me. It was like, that was enough. I'm like, no, he's checking my... I'm like, okay. And I was like, Aubrey, this may be our last ride together. It's been nice knowing you because I'm going to fly out in the dark of Galaxy
in the
Hill
abyss.
Or whatever this... What is it called, Eric? Did you find it?
I'm looking.
Like, I think if you search Dream World Space Mountain Ride, Thailand.
This is saying it's literally called Space Mountain.
That's
no,
so
it's not.
funny.
It's not called Space Mountain because I've looked it up.
Imagine if it was actually just called Space Mountain.
You'll find it. It's literally called like Hyper Coaster.
ChatGPT says it's kind of fun in this should not legally exist way.
In this should not
See if
legally
you can find the
exist way
name
is
though, because
crazy.
it's driving me nuts. It was like such a funny ripoff of Space Mountain, but they had like. Here's the thing that I love about Thai people. They will put a market anywhere.
Anywhere. Also, the food
Anywhere.
was so cheap within the theme park.
So cheap and so good. Oh
it was
my god.
good. Yeah.
My point was there's a market in the theme park.
Yep.
So you can walk around and get
Buy
like
clothes.
yeah, noodles,
Buy food. Yeah.
just random
You
stuff.
can get boba everywhere.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, you got like a giant boba for like $1 or
$1,
something.
$2.
That would be like a $12 drink at a theme park here.
$8 or more at Disneyland for a fact, actually.
Well, now it'd be like
I buy boba
$100
at Disneyland
because
every time I
inflation
go.
is for real.
Real.
But yeah, I mean, it was great. The food was. We had KFC there, didn't we?
Oh,
It was
yeah.
good.
They have these egg tarts.
Oh wait,
Black hole coaster.
black
Hole coaster. Yeah, it's called the Black Hole Coaster. And they also had
Look
like a
it
Disney
up.
castle, but it was like a really small like Disney replica. Like,
Yeah, and then they had the indoor snow place. That was
oh,
actually
I
pretty
forgot
cool.
about. Yeah,
It was
they have an
cold.
indoor snow place, and you could sled. It
You
was
had to go through this
super
line and get a
fun.
jacket and rubber boots. Like you took off your
Yeah,
shoes and put
yeah.
on these rubber boots. Yeah, but they had a sledding hill.
They had, like-
snow.
It was really cool. That was interesting, and also very nice break from the heat in Thailand.
Yeah.
Um.
But that was fun. And then they had just, oh my God, the parade. Remember the parade?
Oh, the parade was so because.
Okay, we're used to Disneyland. We live in LA. We have
Oh, we're
annual
spoiled,
passes.
you know.
But
Like,
you know, and at Disneyland and Disney World, they have like the parades. If you've never been, I mean, they are like full on spectaculars with huge floats.
yeah,
and
with like
dancers
professional
and
dancers and actors
marching bands
and crazy
and
costumes.
all the costumes and stuff. It's beautiful,
This
right?
one that we watched at Dream World.
At Limworld.
At Limworld? It was Christmas themed, and it was like 3 people.
It was like
And then-
someone like
and
dressed
then-
like elves.
No, and then I think there was a snowman involved too. And then it was like some an employee with a cart,
On a dolly.
pulling it, like almost like the cart that we have to bring furniture and stuff into
Yeah,
the
like
house.
a dolly. Like
a
literally.
dolly.
Like
with
a big
cart.
like karaoke speaker on there, like blasting, like
Yeah, and she's just like walking
wish you a Merry
through.
Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
I have a video of it somewhere.
And then they're like dancing to it. That was the parade, and it would
I almost
come
want to
through.
send a video of it to the editor if I can find it.
Oh,
Have him
I've
just
got
add
it.
it
Yeah,
in.
we were dying.
Oh my God.
we were dying. You can go to Limworld.
Please go
We
to
highly
Limworld.
recommend Limworld. And then there's like weird statues all over of like just random Disney things.
Oh, and fairy
but like
tales,
not the
too,
actual thing,
like-
kind of like the bootleg version. Like remember there was
They
a
had a
statue
Jack
of
and the
alien?
Beanstalk thing where you can walk in, and it's like you're like you're small.
That was kind of cool.
That one was cool, like the
It's like a
Jack and the
sleeping
Beanstalk thing.
giant.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. You know what ride really freaks me, or not like ride, but experience there really freaks me out was the
that-
alien.
The thing at the beginning that we first went on?
Yes, we went on this ride where it's like you're supposed to be like inspected by like, and you're like an alien. Are you an alien?
I don't really remember, but
or
there
you're
was like a stage.
observing the aliens.
Yeah,
and then
you're in
something
like
goes
theater
wrong,
chairs and there's a stage.
and they like the chairs start to shake, and it gets all dark in the room, and then you feel like things crawling under your butt. Like,
And then there's like this like space alien or something on the stage and it's like it's like an animatronic
that's really
thing.
descriptive to all the people
Thank
who are
you. Yeah.
watching this.
Who are just
listening to
It
this.
starts like an animatronic. It starts like shaking and moving, but it's like really like
It's
1980s.
really creepy. Like if I was a kid going to that theme, I would have freaked out.
But we were freaking out because it was like the first thing we went into and we were like,
Yeah,
oh God, something really
first
scary
thing
is gonna
off the
happen.
bat, and we're about to die in this alien thing.
And then
Like,
it was just over. We're like, oh.
I know it like freaked us out, and then it just like ended.
And then it just ended.
But
You can
yeah,
get a
Thailand-
massage at Limworld.
You can?
You can get a massage everywhere in Thailand, you
That's
guys,
true.
for like $4. Like,
It's wonderful.
yeah, they literally had a massage place. They had a market. They had all
Yeah.
this like bootleg Disney stuff. So much bootleg Disney stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Remember they had like the Toy Story alien, but it wasn't quite the Toy Story alien.
Yeah.
Yeah, like instead of 3 eyes, it had like 2 or 4 or something like that. And it was a different color.
Yeah,
that
Thailand
super
was an
fun.
interesting trip because I think that was like one of the only trips where I was really older. That
Yeah, it was
we
one
were
of the
with
first trips where you were.
we were with each other for 10 days straight in the same room. Your face.
No, I'm just kidding, because you hate it more than me. Don't you?
I'm dead clock it. Yeah, at the time I think I was just like, because there was a lot of I don't know what the fuck we're doing right now moments that happened, which is just inevitable. Like that's just it's an unavoidable part of traveling, you
It
know.
is. Oh,
But I was 15 and I was just like, because I'd never traveled to Asia before too,
that was
despite me
almost the
being
noise you made
Korean.
at the beginning. God, turned to raw.
No, literally, like
Rah.
God turned into a rah. Okay,
Oh,
I
you
can't make
wanna-
Lady Gaga references.
Something
Anyways,
else crazy that I just remembered about that trip.
what?
That's right, that you were in school, because shortly
Mm-hmm.
before that trip, Aubrey had a shattered phone case covering, like the glass tempered glass
this freaking
safety cover,
story.
and it shattered. And in their classrooms, they made a new rule that you had to have your phone in your bag. You couldn't have it out, right? And so it was in a pocket in her backpack, and she went to shove her hand in to get it, and she scraped the cuticle of her finger, of your strumming finger, guitar strumming.
And I pulled it out, and I was like, oh my god, like I saw like the shard of glass, like if you're looking at the camera, like it was like that big.
It went like into her
saw
cuticle.
It at first, right? So I pull it out, and then I'm like, I pull it out, and I can't see anything else. But I'm like, no, there's more glass in here.
Yeah. So I just get a text saying, Mom, I have glass in my hand. I have broken glass in my hand. I have to go to urgent care. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, that sounds very serious. I didn't realize it was the tiny shards. But anyway, it's still horrible. So we went to urgent care. This horrible urgent care doctor, put on those.
You know, the funniest part is I'm pretty sure I've seen that urgent care doctor 2 times. And the second time I was like, side eye, bro. Like, major side eye for this dude.
It's like, really? You went through medical school?
I went to urgent care so much when I was in high school.
Sure did.
Like, yeah.
Anyway, but there were still pieces of tiny shards, like slivers of glass in her finger during that whole trip.
He was digging around too, like the guy at urgent care. And he's like, no, there's no more glass in here. Like, you're good.
Yeah, he put on those little magnifying glasses and stuff.
Okay, like, I'm fine then. Like, I'm just making it up in my head. No, I was not, because guess what? A month and a half later, yeah, that's right, a month and a half later, it's still in my finger. I've been playing with my middle finger to strum because I don't play with a pick. Literally.
But while we were in Thailand, I was like, I happened to have a needle in my toiletry case.
Because tweezers wouldn't work.
So I was cleaning it with, did I have some kind of alcohol or something? I cleaned it with something. And I'm like digging in her finger, and we like, a couple pieces came out while we were on that island, and then more pieces came out when we were in Chiang Mai. Yeah, like at least 2 or 3 pieces more of glass came out of your finger.
I can't believe glass just lived in my body for that long. Like,
but if you ever go back and look at any of her videos of her playing guitar during that time, her finger is like this.
Even if you still look, I still play with my middle finger a lot. My boyfriend's looking at me like, yeah, you do.
Yeah, and like people would in the comments be like, "Why are you playing with your hand all weird?"
With my finger.
That's why.
Yeah.
Now you know.
And now you know.
You know. You know. So, yeah, there's that.
I was gonna say, maybe should we be helpful to other people who are parents and children? What would you say would be like your main, like a travel tip that you give to parents?
Ooh, what age?
I was gonna say, with little kids to start off with, and then one with teenagers.
Okay, and then you can give some travel tips for how to stand your parents on trips.
Okay.
Okay, if you're traveling with little kids, if you're traveling with a baby, my number one, two things. In your carry-on, you must have a change of clothing for both you and baby. Obviously, like the diapers, blah, 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 blah. But people always just bring like diapers and the wipes, and they're like, oh yeah, we're good. A full change of clothes for each of you. Plastic bags to put poo-poo barfy clothes into, or you're gonna have poo-poo barfy clothes with you on the plane.
Barfy clothes.
And here's the trick for getting a baby to sleep on a plane: is starve your baby first. No, don't starve them, but like don't feed them in the airport.
Just kidding.
Like if they're like bottle drinkers, wait until takeoff. Even wait through taxiing. Wait till you're going up in the air and then start giving them a bottle. And make sure that they're hungry on the plane. So don't feed them in the airport, because the sucking action will keep them from having their ears go all crazy. And they'll fall asleep because they just ate. Then you have a sleeping baby the whole flight, and their ears are okay. And then wake them up and give them a second bottle before you land.
You got that shit down to a T.
It really made a big difference. And a lot of people, like parent friends, are like, oh my gosh, you were right. That was perfect. But then like when your kids are older... I guess like maybe my biggest general tip would be not to over schedule. Is the camera getting hot?
Yeah.
Oh no! Technical difficulties.
What happens if it gets too hot? Okay. Well, if that happens, then you can just come sit here with me.
I just wrote that song for when we have technical difficulties.
Oh, that was really good.
Technical difficulties.
She writes a song for everything.
I do.
Literally, we had theme songs for all 3 of my childhood dogs.
Difficulties.
What else do you have theme songs for?
For learning how to spell your name.
Yeah.
Sing it, girl.
Wait. Oh wait.
A-U-B-R-E-Y.
That's
That was
it.
the whole song. But you know how to spell your
What
name
was
now,
that
don't
song?
you?
Fuck.
Effective parenting. Thank you.
A-U-B-R-E-Y.
Maybe that'll be your next big hit. Look for it on the next LP.
What? How many notes is that? Like how many letters? Like 5.
You know how many letters are in your own name? You're counting on your A-U-B. Wait, just
Oh, my boyfriend held up. That's 6 notes. Just 6 notes,
6
and that's
notes.
the next hit. Yeah.
okay. You know what?
It's
Just
really
before we started
abstracts.
recording this, we were talking about lefty loosey, righty tighty,
Yeah.
and how like Aubrey was saying
Well-
she still has to say it.
Yeah. Like when you turn handles
But
and
I'm
stuff.
like, I had to say that until I was in like my 40s, so I don't have to say it anymore.
Every time, because every
me a
time
while,
you
though.
enter somebody's shower and you don't know the shower handle, you're like, like to turn it off, lefty loosey, righty tighty, or like you're using
Or
a
when
hose.
you're like screwing something in,
Yeah,
or like you turn
exactly.
on like the hose
Mhm.
outside. Are you leaving?
It's
What's
useful.
happening? Ruby doesn't have to worry about lefty loosey, righty tighty.
Ruby has nothing to worry about.
No, she really doesn't. Although she seems to be worrying about where food is coming from at all times. Poor girl.
That is true.
Poor girl. So hard being her. This dog went from living on death row to
Being the
a
most
Hollywood
spoiled princess ever. Oh, we love her so
she
much.
deserves it. She deserves it.
We got her from Wags and Walks.
Wigs and walks. Okay, what else? Is there anything else we need to talk about?
Oh, am I giving tips now?
Oh yes, duh. Back to
For
where we were.
children? Well, I don't
Traveling
know.
with your parents. Oh, I was saying don't overschedule.
Oh, yeah, for teens.
Yeah, for like middle school teens or whatever, because like I really think it's important. Like teens need to chill the F out every once in a while. So do the parents, and then
Yeah.
you can take that time to just be away from each other, go in the other room. I'm gonna go for a walk on the beach, whatever.
I'm gonna go take a shit and look on TikTok while I'm on the toilet for an hour, like,
Is that
and
you
it's
or me?
okay.
It's both of us.
That's both of us. Every morning, like, I'll be like, "Where is she? Is she in the house? Is she left already?" And then I'll be like, "Mom, sure enough, she's sitting in her bathroom with her phone."
I poop every morning, like clockwork. Very regular. I feel
clockwork.
apparently it's like a real it's a real issue that apparently women have a lot of irregularity, and I've never been one of those women, and I'm really sorry other women.
You take pride in that, queen. You.
I do, because it's like a huge thing, and it's a huge market. Like they're always trying to sell women stuff to make them regular. I'm like, how much trouble are women having shitting? I mean, it's never been an issue for me. So like, I eat and I poop. Like it's. Maybe you guys just need to hang with me more, and I'll show you what to eat. Which would be
What?
everything.
I know we eat.
We eat everything. Okay, so that's my tip.
My tips.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, sorry. I said we were gonna go off the rails. I
Personally,
said it.
don't think any babies are watching this podcast, so I'm not gonna give.
Or
any
do you
advice.
remember traveling as a baby?
I don't. Well, I remember traveling when I was like 4, because the reason why we've traveled a lot together too is because of Modern Family, and I got to go to Wyoming for work. I've gone to Paris for work. Well, I technically wasn't in that episode, but there was
Still
that
got to
episode.
go.
And I got to go to Paris. We went to Australia when I was that 5 or 4?
6.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
5. Yep. No, 6.
I marked so much just by like what happened the year of Modern Family. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, that's the year we did this, and you were this old, and then also by which house we lived in, because we moved a lot
That's
when you were a
valid.
kid. Until we bought our last house, and then we moved this past summer.
I was just talking about that with my boyfriend, like how he was like, "Do you ever just look at houses just because like you feel like it, like you like go to like you like schedule like a thing to like look at like a really big house or whatever?" And I'm like, no, because we've gone to like look at so many houses to rent or live in growing up.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't need to do this for
he
fun.
used to get so sick. I'd be like, oh, let's run into this open house and just look at
it.
you like
I hated open houses as a kid.
Mom.
Like I was so done. And then also we like redid one of our houses. We completely redid
twice.
And bro, do you know how
Well, not twice.
much?
We remodeled and then we added on.
You know how many times I went to the tile store? I used to literally sit down
tile
and
store.
lay on the floor
The
in the
tile
back
store.
of the tile store because I was just sick
This
of
is
being
when she was too young to stay home alone. she was too young to leave alone. And so I'd have to make her go to these places with me. I'm like, we have to go to the tile store. We have to pick out tile for this bathroom. We have to pick out tile for the kitchen. We have to pick out tile for the backsplash. And it just became this joke. I was like, guess where we're going today? She's like, the tile store. I'm like, yes! But remember, there was a big chunky dog in there that was there every once in a while, and then you would get to pet the dog.
I love the dog.
So that kind of made things a little bit better.
That's true.
But yeah, no more tile stores.
No moss. My trips for traveling with parents, though, it's hard to say because each parent is so different. You know what I mean? So I don't,
yes, I do.
So
know what you
whatever. Mean. Yes, you do. Whatever drives you nuts about your parents is different. You know what I mean? So how can I give it? I
hope so. Yeah.
So I feel like it really depends on that case, but yeah, just having time to chill out, and I guess that's all on the parents, though. I guess there's not really much a kid could do if the parent is driving them crazy. I fear.
Yeah, you're kind of screwed.
Because if parents don't communicate well too, like if you can't be like, hey, I need some time alone right now, like some parents really blow up, like from that type of stuff. So I guess there is no advice. I'd say bring a good book. Like if you like,
if you like to read, yeah.
Especially going home to visit like extended family or things like that. If you have nothing, please just bring a good book. Especially even if you don't really read that often, that's a really great time to start because there will literally be nothing to do. So.
Well, we have fun traveling now because you're an actual legal adult now.
Yeah,
so.
like we just went to Italy. Oh my gosh.
Because Europe.
Wine tasting.
Age 18. Hi.
We
went on a cruise. Hi. And we were in Greece and Italy. Hi. I was kidding. We didn't drink that much actually.
That's the most I've ever drank in my drank. Ew. That was the most I ever drank.
She was homeschooled. Not actually, but
I was homeschooled.
Somewhat. You were partially homeschooled, partially
I've had like
school,
half homeschool freak life, half normal high school experience life. I like that I've seen both worlds because now I can understand both types of kids and like why they are the way that they are. You know what I mean? Especially the homeschoolers.
And she drank.
And she drank.
Okay. There are definitely some moments where I'm like, ooh, I failed.
She's just the grammar police, but I drank. I know that it's drank. I just
hate bad grammar.
But that was the most I ever drank on a trip or in my life in general. And it wouldn't even be like, I'm so
Really?
It wouldn't be like, I'm so drunk right now.
No, you know
but
what?
It was I was drinking every single day for 15 days straight because I'd like to have a drink at yeah. But the thing is, I'd like to have a drink at dinner. Like I'm in Italy. I want wine.
What are you, like a 50-year-old man? I like having a drink at dinner.
Take the edge off. No.
It just takes the edge off.
So stupid.
Man, after a hard day at work, I just like to have a cocktail.
Just want to have a cold beer.
Takes the edge off.
No, but I'm in Greece and Italy. I want to like some wine with my dinner and apple spritz.
But it's not. I don't want people to think we were just walking around wasted. We weren't like drunk like that.
It wasn't like a drunk
just
type thing. It was just having a drink at a meal. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it caught up to me quick.
Fun,
my tummy after that, like the 15 days, I came back home and I was like, ooh.
I was so tired of drinking by the end because I don't drink much. I have maybe like one drink a month, if even that. When I'm at home, I just only if I'm out with friends or something, I'll have a drink on a horrible date or something like that.
A horrible.
And are they all horrible? Yes, they are. Men, you need to get it together.
We'll talk about dating in a different episode.
Yeah, we will talk about that.
What are our takeaways from this episode? Go to Dream Worlds. Go to Limworld.
Excuse me, I think pronounced Limworld.
Yeah.
Limworld.
Find out what your taxi driver is saying instead of just assuming the worst.
Here's my advice on that. If you go somewhere that does not speak the language that you speak, have Google Translate already downloaded on your phone.
Yes.
Not when you're out in a rural part of Thailand and try to download it then in a taxi cab. It takes a while and it will eat all of your data.
That and learn some Duolingo. Duolingo.
Get on Duolingo. Learn a couple of phrases.
Kapkunka.
We're still trying to figure out what ka means. Okay. Trader Joe's, make the biscuit.
Taste the biscuit.
Make the biscuit. Make the goodness of the biscuit. Make the biscuit chicken pot pie.
From
4
Trader
ingredients.
Joe's.
Trader Joe's dinner. It is bomb.com.
I'm trying to think.
Don't ever get glass stuck in your finger.
Yeah, no, yeah, don't have a cracked phone case.
Yeah, if your cracked tempered glass phone shield shatters or breaks, replace it right away or take it off so that you can hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Don't hurt yourself.
And have fun traveling with your family. Or try to.
Yeah.
And
you
if
won't
not,
you won't have as much fun as us. How do you do it? Aubrey
just
just
felt like a
flipped
good
all
one.
of you out, those of you who didn't see the.
Because.
Wait, how do you make the heart?
Oh, the
Is
heart
it-
like this.
Am I doing it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh
Yeah.
no, you're going like wait.
Yeah, you take your pointer finger.
That's also known as your index finger.
Is this not your pointer finger?
Yes, but it's also called your index finger. That's like a preschool.
What the? Okay, you know what? Flaming me.
Your pointer finger. And
Oh,
then,
wow.
Where is Thumbkin?
What song is that? Okay. Not the Thumbkin song.
This is also your index finger. Okay.
Okay, your index or your pointer finger. Whatever
What if
you
I
want to
point
call
like
it.
this? Okay.
Well, okay. So.
Or the Disney point.
Oh yeah, because you can't point with two fingers.
For
Anyways.
those of you who are just listening, we're gesturing with our entire hand.
But yeah, now you know how to do that little heart thing with my hands I like to do.
Oh, I'm so Korean now.
What? That's not even Korean.
No, Koreans do this.
No,
and they
Koreans do
this.
Like the two,
do
like
this
with like
one,
the
hands
index
on
and
your
the
head.
thumb, like
And then they do the index and thumb heart.
yeah.
And Aubrey does this. Okay.
Why do you do it with the?
I just
What
like
in
a
the gang
bad
sign are you throwing up,
gangster,
Mom?
I know.
What in the gang sign?
I know. Okay.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and
Yeah, and
let us know in the
please,
comments topics that you would like us to talk about.
And we know you want us to talk about
I'll
Modern
say
Family, but
preferably
you just
not
kind of need
about
to get
Modern
over
Family.
it.
Like-
We will definitely talk about it because it was a
Oh,
big
yeah.
part of our
It's
lives
gonna
for
be talked
9
about, so
seasons.
stick along for
And
the
it
ride.
still is part of our lives in the way that like we
And
still
we're gonna
talk
talk
to the
about the
people and we still
yeah.
see it on TV and people still ask her about
We're
it.
going to talk
It will
about the
always be part of our
entertainment
lives.
industry a lot. Like that probably will be talked about quite a bit. But as far as Modern Family goes, I'm sure you'll hear a lot of stories throughout about Modern Family because that was a lot of my life.
But you don't have to ask. We're saying like, comment and email us or whatever and tell us what you want us to talk about. But you don't have to say Modern Family. We will talk
Yeah.
about it. It will come up. But what do you want to know about us? What do you want to know about
Yeah.
LA? What do you want to know about this
What do you guys
sexy
want
dog?
this sexy dog that we have? What kind of advice do you guys want? Like, you know what I mean? Like mother-daughter advice.
We have good advice because we're actually like really close. And
Yeah.
we know that's not like always common for mothers and daughters or like parents and kids. So
But that's because it was just us in the household growing up, you know what I mean? Like,
and because we're also really fucking cool. So
cocky as
all right, we have to
today.
wrap it up. We don't want to go too long.
All right.
Okay, so that's it. Is there we have to have like a sign off.
Oh, are we doing fuck it or fuck that?
Oh, I think
No, we
maybe
don't have to
should
do it.
can
Okay,
that.
okay, cool.
We had a little thing that we were gonna maybe do, but I think maybe we should can it.
Okay. Well,
Well,
I'm Aubrey.
and I'm Amy. Thanks for listening.
You were listening to
Let's
discuss.
Oh, is that our theme now?
Yeah.
Wait, let's sing it again. Let's discuss. Okay, bye.
All right, goodbye, guys. You've been listening to Let's Discuss with Aubrey and Amy.
Edited by the amazing Andrew Adame.
And special thanks to Eric Demchick for his technical help.
Let's Discuss was recorded on our couch at home in sunny Los Angeles.
Follow us on Instagram at Aubrey Amy Let's Discuss.
See you next time!